Welcome to Summer Criminology. I'm going to go over the syllabus with you. Um, First, I'll just start with virtual office hours. Email me to schedule an appointment, and we can meet online during a mutually convenient time. My email address is on the syllabus as well as my faculty profile, and check out the course description. The books that we're going to be reading. The main book is just a 6th edition criminology book. I have chapter notes on all the chapters that I'm going to provide on Canvas. In fact, for everything that we read, I have lecture notes in the module for that week. So you'll be reading the first week, the main book, criminology. Selected chapters from there, and again, all my lecture notes are there in the first module. The second week, we'll read Jock Young, famous kind of critical sociologist, one of the fathers of cultural criminology. And he wrote his famous book, The Criminological Imagination, asking the question, has sociology lived up to its promise of incorporating that sociological imagination in criminology? Um, and so here you're going to have select chapters from that book. And again, on each of those chapters, I provided my lecture notes. Then we're going to look at Philippe Bourgeois' In Search of Respect, selected chapters from there as well. And that's an ethnography on basically the inner city of Harlem during the height of the crack epidemic. And here's a critical look at inner city residents dealing with American apartheid and extreme hyper segregation and marginalization and structural exclusion. And so here, Bourgeois uses that sociological imagination to situate the young women and men navigating very difficult historical and structural circumstances. And again, on those selected chapters that you'll read, I have my own detailed lecture notes from that. There'll be a couple of outside readings as well. They're all provided for you on Canvas, and every reading that I've chosen carefully, that I thought would be very, not only very interesting, but essential for anyone who claims to have taken a class in criminology. Make sure you look over the weekly agenda just for your grading. There's a midterm exam worth 120 points. I'll also have an exam review for you. That'll be a multiple choice exam. Then you'll have a final paper, and that paper is 100 points. And I on the syllabus and in a separate module on Canvas, I have the exact details on what you need to do for that final paper, which basically is picking some of the theories and ideas that we've used in this class to explain crime and applying them in a very direct way to explain crime and offer some solutions. Then you have 3 discussion boards, one each week for this 3-week class. Each discussion board is worth 60 points, and that totals 180 points. So between the midterm exam worth 120, the final paper worth 100, and the discussion board is worth 180, you can get a total of 400 points for this class. And so for each discussion board, you'll have 2 original posts responding to the assigned readings. It's due by Thursday. And then you have 2 in-depth replies to classmates' posts, and that's generally due on Saturday at 6 p.m., except for the last week where the replies are due on Friday, because that's when the class ends. So each original post is worth 20 points, and each reply post is worth 10 points. So 2 original plus 2 replies is 60 points per week, for a total for the 3 weeks, 180. All posts should, both the original and the reply post, but especially the original, should demonstrate critical and original thinking, engagement with the readings, and thoughtful interaction with peers. Original posts should raise questions, offer interpretations, or connect readings to real-world examples, and replies should respond substantively, adding insight, clarification, not just, "Oh, that was a really good post, thank you." No, it should be more substantive than that. Again, add insight, clarification, provide examples, rather than simply agreeing. So, substantive engagement matters more to me than the quantity. And for those of you who need it, I posted on syllabus a discussion board grading rubric, so you can kind of follow that as well. And it's three categories: critical analysis, engagement interaction, and writing quality. So I'm not going to go over that rubric with you. It's on the syllabus. Read it as you should read the rest of the syllabus. Um, okay, let's see. What else here? Yep. So again, on the syllabus, there's the final paper. Basically, your final paper, 2,500 to 3,500 words. It's about 10 to 12 double-spaced pages. So pretty short. That combine theory, application, and your own sociological imagination. And so I give final paper guidelines. So make sure you read that. Part one is the theory part. That's about probably 4 to 5 double-spaced pages where you show your understanding of major criminological theories discussed in class. You can compare, contrast theories, explain three in-depth theories, synthesize multiple perspectives, or explore the significance or evolution of a particular theoretical approach. And then part two is basically you apply those theories to real-world forms of crime and transgression today. And so I give examples and everything. So that's all on the syllabus. You can check it out yourself. But strong papers demonstrate original thought, critical thinking, accurate, insightful use of theory, clear and compelling argument, and an organized, polished writing. So aim to combine intellectual rigor with creativity and an authentic sociological voice. And then also provide some styling suggestions for good writing habits. And I expect you and hope for you to follow that. Offer some tips for thriving in an online course. But you can read that yourself. So going to the schedule here, the first week, that's the major theories of crime, part one, and so you'll read chapter from the main criminology textbook, chapter one, chapter two, chapter 9, 10, and 11. If the chapter zones, some of you might have a different edition of the book, so follow the title, not the chapter number. So what you'll read that first week is the problem of crime, the measurement of crime, the origins of criminological theory, the emergence of sociological criminology, and the emergence of criminology in the United States. And again, I have on each of those readings, I have lecture notes on each of those chapters. So check that out. You can use that along with your readings. As you're reading, follow my lecture notes. And then you have a short but brilliant article from Robert Merton called Social Structure and Anatomy. And then, of course, based on those readings, you're going to have your week one discussion board with 2 original posts and 2 reply posts. Week two, we finish with the major theories of crime. That's part 2. And then you read the introduction in 3 chapters of Jock Young's The Criminological Imagination. So in that week 2, you read Theoretical Diversity from the criminology textbook, New Directions in Criminological Theory, and Comparative Criminology. And then we read Jock Young's The Criminological Imagination, Introduction, The Legacy of C. Wright Mills, who wrote in 1959 an explanation of what the sociological imagination is. Then you read Chapter 1, Closing Down the Imagination, Chapter 2, Measurement and the Sexologist, and Chapter 3, Amnesia and the Art. And then based on those readings, you have your week 2 discussion boards with, of course, 2 original posts and 2 reply posts. In that week 2, I'll have a midterm exam review, and then your midterm exam, consisting of all multiple choice, will be Saturday, January 17th. That's when it's due. I'll probably open it up sometime in the middle of the week, and you can complete it anytime by Saturday, January 17th. And then week 3 is Ethnography of Crime, where we look at Philippe Bourgeois' In Search of Respect, Selling Crack in El Barrio. And here you're going to read the introduction. Chapter 1, Violating Apartheid in the United States. Chapter 2, A Street History of El Barrio. Chapter 3, Crack House Management, Addiction, Discipline, and Dignity. Chapter 4, Going Legit. disrespect and resistance at work, and chapter 9 is the conclusion. And then based on this reading, you'll have your week 3 discussion board with 2 original posts, and then your 2 reply posts, this time due on Friday. And then your final paper. Your final paper is due officially January 25th, but I'll probably give you an extension of a week or something like that. And so I'll make that known in an email. So make sure you check out and read the syllabus carefully. And then, on Canvas, we have our introduction. So you have an introduction, welcome to criminology, with a few words. Then, your syllabus, of course, is posted. Your final paper instructions and guidelines are posted in that introduction module. And then we have an introduction discussion board where you introduce yourself. And then you'll see week 1. Everything you need will be there. And then once week 1 ends, I'll open up week 2, major theories of crime. And then you'll have your midterm exam review, like I said, in your midterm exam. And then sometime in the middle of the second week, or towards the end of the second week, I'll open up week 3, ethnographies on crime. So that's it. And I hope that you enjoy the class. I've taken the time to carefully build what I think is a creative and instructing class that I think you'll enjoy, and you'll get a lot out of criminology even in this 3 weeks. So thank you, and email for anything you need.